Ah, look at that. The end of one chapter, the beginning of another. Graduation season is just about here, and you may be considering giving money as a graduation gift. And whether you're giving money or receiving it, we have some tips on laying the groundwork for a good financial future. Financial expert Joni Kearn is here. Hi, Joni.
Good morning.
Okay, so it seems obvious to most of us that we want to give money to a graduate. Is that the right thing to do?
I think it's a great thing to do. But I think that instead of just giving them cash they can spend, I think helping them start out with some financial lessons and investing it for them, showing them how to save is a better idea.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yes.
I mean, you're teaching them a life lesson by doing so, right?
And you're starting them at an age that's young enough that it's gonna be able to grow exponentially. It'll be huge by the time they retire if they can leave it there.
All right, well, let's lay the groundwork for people to do
Sure.
that. You say open a savings account. So mom and dad or the teenager should open a savings account just for the graduation gifts?
I think so, because if we get one graduation announcement, we tend to get a bunch of them, and we're living on a budget, and we always feel, most of us do, that we have to give enough so that we don't look cheap. So if a parent opens up a savings account and encourages people to give cash gifts anonymously straight into that account, then people can give the amount that they feel comfortable with instead of trying to live up to their own expectations.
Do you think that's presumptuous to tell your guests that are coming to a graduation party or family members, hey, we have this account, put some money in there?
I think that most of us feel like we need to purchase gifts or give cash to graduates. It's why we're invited to parties. I personally would word it and say, we're perfectly fine if you don't want to give us a gift, but if you do, we would ask you to put cash into this account.
Okay, because it's really going to help out John or Jane in their future.
Absolutely.
Giving, you said encourage giving only the amount you're comfortable with. That's
Yes.
very nice. Give cash instead of gifts.
Yes.
Because they can do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually you said give the bank account and the number. How can you do that safely?
I think you can, because most accounts you can only deposit into. You can't withdraw from, even with the account number. You have to prove who you are and prove that you're on the account. If you don't want to give the account number and you work with a small local bank, then just tell them what you're doing, and so that if people send in cash or drop in, they can direct them to the right account.
Yeah, because we often have that in the news where funds have been set up for a certain family, and you can do that without giving out account numbers.
Yes.
So let's say you've got that done. You
Yes.
have this account for the graduate,
Yeah.
and money is going in there. That's awesome. Now what do you do with it?
Well, I think you need to put it away for the future. At 18 or 22 years old, I would have spent the cash. So if I put it away for a young graduate, and you can do any number of things. You could open up an annuity, and it doesn't take a huge amount of money to do that. Like $250 will do that.
Okay.
You can get a savings bond. You can buy stock in a long-standing, reliable company. Anything that encourages them to keep adding to it and growth.
And encourage the student then to be part of that process so they understand where that money is going?
Yes, because they can start looking at statements, they can start seeing how it's growing, they can start adding to it in whatever increments they can do, whether it's $10 a month or $50, so that they can start seeing what money can do if you leave it sit somewhere reliable.
Yeah, and then decades down the road, look at
You'll
have.
They'll be thrilled.
A little nest egg.
Yes.
Joni, thank you so much.
Thanks for
Again,
having
Joni
me.
Kearn is here from Freedom Financial, and we'll put all those tips online, fox11online.com.